Hello, my name is EruptionFang. I'm here to tell you how the events of 11 Little Roosters unfolded, and how it was supposed to be solved. So, let's see if we can find a killer. In episode 1, Jack the Red was killed by Agent Moose. Because of this, the remaining Roosters were all gathered to be informed that there was a murderer in their midst. Someone is handing out fake assassination orders to kill one another. So what you can do is figure out who is next. Towards the end of the episode, when the Colonel gives Agent Moose a freebie, there's a QR code that can be scanned. Once it is scanned, you are taken to the Haywood file number 1. It reads, quote, "Glad you've accepted the mission. I've gotten as close as I can to the Rooster Corps for this investigation, but I will need to keep my distance going forward. As such, I'll be coordinating with you via files like this. To maintain protocol, I've hidden most files with 7-digit encryption codes made of letters and numbers. Should you encounter one of these codes, simply input it as such. I have a feeling that the Sex Von Shackle boys might be in danger first, but I have to check on something first. I'd consider investigating their upcoming Berlin concert in the meantime." End quote. Now there were 4 Sex Von Shackle boys videos released. However, the message said to go to Berlin. During random portions of the video, there were random civilians in the crowd, some of which wore a shirt with random letters or numbers on it. After collecting all 7 of these, you are taken to Haywood file number 2. It reads, quote, "Well done. It can be hard to take your eyes off the boys, but somehow you resisted their sexiness. In the meantime, I was able to confirm my theory. The mole is looking to dramatically reduce the numbers of assassins right out of the gate, which means they'll be targeting one of the multiple assassin groups first. I am unable to confirm which agency at this time. It's just speculation, but it's possible that more passive agents may be less prepared for such an ambush. Mere speculation until I know more." End quote. Ryan is worried that the passive agents will be taken out first. The Sex Von Shackle boys which we've been following are passive, so let's take an even closer look at them. During their talk with the Big Cock, they speak in German. In their subtitles, some of their letters are bolded. When you gather the 7, you get Haywood file number 3. It reads, quote, "I may have a lead on which assassin organization will be manipulated into murder next. The mole has been manufacturing additional forged files, similar to the fake used in the elimination for Jack the Red. A fresh one appeared just after the meeting. It was lying on the Rooster Room table at one of the Little Rooster's spots. But every time I saw it again, it had moved, almost as if the mole had trouble deciding who should do their bidding. It started in one place, moved 3 spots counterclockwise, crossed the table, slightly right as roosters don't directly sit across from each other, 2 spots counterclockwise, crossed the table again, slightly left, then settled 1 spot counterclockwise. I wish I could tell you who sits where." End quote. The information that we're given is useless without knowing where the file began and or ended. The next clue comes to us during the end credits. Before the 11 Little Roosters title pops up, there were an assortment of different letters and numbers. When you take those that have color, you get Haywood file number 4. It reads, quote, "I was able to intercept a message from the saboteur regarding this next target. The organization in danger apparently has an odd number of assassins. I know this only protects a few of the Little Roosters, but at the very least, I'm glad the Sex Von Shackle boys live to grind another day." End quote. Because the assassin wishes to kill a group instead of individuals, many of the Roosters are taken out of the equation. When you couple that with the odd number, that leaves the AME to be assassinated. But by who? The Haywood files do not end right there. There is more. The eye exam Gavin III was taking had 7 letters on each side, 14 letters total, but the combination would seem much too long to guess. Well, Big Cock has you covered. Every time his eye patch moved or added one, it was telling you which combination of letters you should be attaining. He does this, and you end up with 7 letters. Yet another Haywood file unlocked. It reads, quote, "I just remembered something. That new fake file, when I first saw it, it was sitting at a spot on the table along with an apple. Was this the mole's initial choice for the killer? Or does that mean the assassin is the mole? You'll know more when I do." End quote. Originally, that random combination of shuffling back in file 3 was useless without knowing where it began. Since Ryan first saw the file along with an apple, Christoph Weiss began with the file. So who did he give it to? Well, it moved 3 spots counterclockwise and stopped on the SVSB. It crossed the table slightly to the right, landing on Moose. Went 2 spots counterclockwise, landing on Haddam. It then went across the table, landing on the CIA, moving 1 last spot counterclockwise, leaving the file to Marquis Marquise. The French Association of Professionals was given the fake file to eliminate the AME. That is how you were supposed to solve episode 1 of 11 Little Roosters. Be sure to tune in next week when you learn who is supposed to be next.